So what's going on guys, Kids here and welcome back to a brand new video. For today I will show you the top 5 best tank slash defensive heroes in Dragonheir Silent Gods. And just before we start I want to clarify that yes, this video is sponsored, but I'm not getting paid for saying positive or negative things about the game. All that they said is just to give a try to this game and see if I like it. So, the game just launched globally and is now available on the PC through the Epic Game Store, Steam, Mac, iOS and Android. And if you want to try out and join the new D&D Legends in Dragonheir, then download the game right now using my link in the description. So, if this sounds interesting to you, then let's get right into it. So then moving over to the first best tank hero, and it is the Ergander. He is a legendary defensive hero that uses the poison element to deal melee range damage. In Dragonheir Silent Gods, every hero brings a unique set of skills and abilities to the battle, so selecting the right hero for the right fight will be very crucial for your success as you grow your team and progress your character. On top of all of this, here are my top 8 ratings of the dungeons that I use this hero on, and for each one I rank the Ergander from 1 to 5 stars. So this hero gets 5 out of 5 stars in all the activities except the Goblin Lair. He has such a good synergy and he's such a good tank that he can easily do damage and take massive amounts of damage in return. But like you can see from my other videos, the Goblin Lair has a lot of enemies, so that's why this hero falls a bit short, and usually I would even recommend not to bring a defensive hero to a Goblin Lair, but instead go full DPS or one support and the rest damage dealers. Then as far as his skills go, the leader skill will increase all allies' defense by 45% in Grand Gladiator arena battles. Then the passive skill when taking damage has a 30% chance to inflict attack penalty 2 for 5 seconds on its attacker. Then the battle skill will deal poison damage to the enemies within range, with a 100% chance of reducing their ultimate energy by 25%. And then finally you will heal yourself. And then lastly, our ultimate skill has 100% chance of taunting the enemies within range for 5 seconds and dealing poison damage. Meanwhile, the hero gains immortality for 10 seconds. So in a quick summary, when we activate our ultimate, we will aggro all the enemies on us and gain immortality, which means that we can die for the next 10 seconds. So then in this time we can tank damage, so then the rest of our team can do damage undisturbed. So then moving over to the second best tank hero, and it is the Frurbath. He's one of the only defensive epic heroes that as well uses the poison element to deal damage from close range. If you are free to play or if you're looking for a beginner level tank, then look no further, because this hero is amazing. He can easily compete against legendary heroes and he's relatively very cheap to get. So then moving over to the ratings, and he has max stars in all dungeons except of course in the Goblin Lair, and he gets 4.5 stars in the arena. As I said a minute ago, almost not a single defensive hero does well in the Goblin Lair because they are just simply not made for it. So then without said, for our leader skill, we will increase all allies' defense by 24% in dungeon battles. Then our passive when dealing damage to the enemies under debuffs will gain a 30% chance of healing the ally with the lowest HP and dispelling one debuff from them. The more debuffs on the attacked enemy, the higher amount of healing we will receive. Then for the battle skill, we will generate a healing nexus around the hero for 6 seconds, healing all allies within the range every second. And then lastly, the ultimate skill will deal poison damage to the enemies, with a 75% chance of inflicting attack penalty 2 for 10 seconds. Then for our third tank hero we have the Lucien. He's one of the hardest heroes to get, but sometimes he comes up in different summoning events, so I recommend for you guys to look into it. But yeah, he's a legendary defensive hero that uses the ice element and attacks from melee range. As far as his rating goes, Lucien gets 5 out of 5 stars in everything except again in the Goblin Lair, and 4.5 stars in the Temporal Vortex. Overall, this is right now the best tank that has the best performance in the Goblin Lair, because of his amazing skills and the ability to do a lot of damage than just to simply take damage in return. So with this hero you get about 70% tank and 30% damage dealer, which is great in almost every single activity, except in the hardcore endgame content where you're fighting against a single boss. Then moving over to the skills, and the leader skill will increase all allies' HP by 45% in the Grand Gladiator arena. Then the passive skill will grant a shield to all allies for 10 seconds as the battle starts. Allies with a shield have a control immunity and are not affected by the ultimate energy reduction effects unleashed by the enemy. Then the battle skill will make your hero charge towards the enemy with the lowest ultimate energy, dealing cold damage with a 75% chance of inflicting frozen for 3 seconds. And then finally our ultimate will deal cold damage to the enemies with the range with a 75% chance of inflicting rechargeable speed penalty for 10 seconds. And then just before we continue, I want to tell you guys about the new upcoming Dungeons & Dragons characters, a new cool event and much more. So Dungeons & Dragons is the world's most popular tabletop role-playing game, and Dragonheir is officially collaborating with them, and by doing so, they're introducing new characters like the Jis du Urten and Heir 2 to the game on November 17. This collaboration, Jis and his Black Panther, the Guinevere, will have an independent and complete storyline. Players as well will be able to consume the Heliolite dice to participate in the Planeswalker summoning for a chance to summon the event's exclusive hero, the Jis du Urten. Dice skins like D20 and D4 are also free to get, as long as you complete the collaborated main quest and their connected activities. Players as well can go and defeat the final villain, boss Heir 2, in multiple ways. Heir 2 will be added to a new dungeon after the completion, and you can unlock rewards by dealing big damage in the sandbox world. So what are you waiting for? Try the new D&D Legends in Dragonheir and have fun! And then lastly, I wanna quickly introduce you guys to the Blessed Summons too. So from the 13th of December till 22nd, you will be able to summon heroes by using the Heliolite dice. And because of this event, you will be able to choose any 3 legendary heroes to be blessed, and each summon you don't get one of these 3, their chances will keep getting increased. So this event is amazing if you want to get a specific powerful hero. Here you can as well see the heroes that you can summon. I personally will be going for the Irzealous hero because I really want to try out the Throne of the Layman skill. And because of our captain, we will increase our attack by 30%. Then as well some other good heroes is the Ogak, Ripekas, and from the epic heroes the Joyce. So guys, don't forget to participate in this event. And on top of all of this, you can go to the official Dragonheir Facebook page and watch the new D&D event trailer. So then moving over to the next most OP hero, and it is the Acilia. She is a legendary hero with a Radiance element, mostly used as defensive type, and her attack range is close melee. So that's why I picked Acilia, because she is a legendary hero that deals damage as a melee with a massive defensive capabilities. On top of all of this, here are my top 8 ratings. And personally, for me, this hero was amazing at the Temporal Vortex, Grave of the Venom, Grave of the Curse, Grave of the Rot, and the Heretical Ruins. Then as far as her skills go, the leader skill will increase all allies' resistance by 65 in the Grand Gladiator arena battles. Then her passive skill for each debuff dispelled or resisted will gain 1 stack of the Oathkeeper's Glory, which can stack up to 10 stacks. Then her battle skill will heal all allies with a small range, so you want to keep other melee heroes close to the Acilia. And then finally, for her ultimate, she will dispel all debuffs on all allies, granting them a debuff immunity for 10 seconds, and casting another spell to heal all allies every 0.5 seconds, and this will last for over 5 seconds. So then for the last and final hero, we have the Ripekas. He is a very unique legendary defensive hero that interestingly enough uses Necrosis element and attacks from melee range. As far as his rating goes, he's not perfect, but he can perform really good in the Grave of the Venom and Curse, and even in the Grave of Rot. But of course, like all tanks, the Ripekas falls off in the Goblin layer. Then as far as his skills, the passive will make that your hero gains healing equal to 50% of the healing enemies receive. This skill only takes effect once during a period. Then the battle skill will unleash a wide range of slashes, with a 100% chance of knocking up enemies within range, and dealing necrotic damage with a 100% chance of inflicting stun for 3 seconds. And then finally, for his ultimate, it will launch 3 spirit attacks at the enemies, each dealing necrotic damage to the enemies within range, with a 35% chance of reducing their ultimate energy by 20%, and even an 80% chance of inflicting 1 random debuff from one of the effects, such as attack penalty, recharging speed penalty, healing prohibition, accuracy penalty, and a buff prohibition. So this ultimate is basically like a massive RNG, that depending on your luck, you will get different debuffs on the enemy, and that's about it. So with that said, I really do appreciate everyone for watching guys, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any suggestions, feedback, or other video ideas like hero guides or beginner tutorials that you would like to see for Dragonheir Silent Gods in the next video, then feel free to leave your comments in the comment section down below. I want to thank again this video sponsor, Dragonheir Silent Gods, and don't forget guys to click the link in the description box to download the game and play it for free. And as the game just released on Steam, so you can join hundreds of thousands other players in a new adventure, enjoying the new D&D Legends in Dragonheir. And if you found this video helpful, then please leave a like, subscribe, and enable that notification bell, so this way you could support the channel and not miss any more upcoming content. With that said, you have an amazing day and I will see you in my next video, so take it easy, peace.